What's going on, Halloween fanatics? Let me start off by saying hope you all been enjoying the content lately. I've been putting out a lot of Halloween discussions and I'm not slowing down anytime soon. We keeping this thing going year round. So if you don't want to miss out on that type of content, then make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see every time I upload. Plus, I got a lot of paranormal stuff. Horror and paranormal, it goes hand in hand. So if you definitely like that type of stuff, then make sure you check it out. Lastly, you can also show support to the channel with super stickers and a super thing. That'll be much appreciated. Anyway, let's jump right into it and start this controversial discussion. You see the title, Reasons Why Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers is Better Than John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween. And I did a community poll on which was the better overall movie, Halloween 1978 or Halloween 4. Now, Halloween 1978 won, but Halloween 4 got a lot of love. So let's start off this conversation. First off, let me preface by saying Halloween 1978 is my favorite movie of all time. Not just horror, all time. But lately, specifically, after watching Halloween 4 on Halloween, I was like, man, this might be the best Halloween movie in the franchise. And I've always had that sentiment, and I've mentioned that in one of my ranking videos, how Halloween 1978 and Halloween 4 can be interchangeable, but I always ranked Halloween 4 at number 2 because I always gave that respect to Halloween 1978. But let's go over some key elements that make Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers a better overall Halloween movie. The opening sequences in both movies are great, but Halloween 4 starts off with a lot of intensity that hasn't been matched up to that point in 1988. And the thumb to the forehead and the chaos that ensues after that, I mean, come on, man, that's hard to top. But that comes without saying. 1978, the opening was creepy as hell too. A 6-year-old taking out his older sister, that's creepy, but in my opinion, Halloween 4 intro into the story and introduction, it was way better. And another thing that casual and diehard fans can't deny is the fall atmosphere from start to finish. Halloween 4 created another character, and that character was the atmosphere. But listen, John Carpenter's Halloween had a lot of good mood, but it was missing a lot of Halloween elements. I mean, if you know all the behind the scenes stuff, they had an out of season pumpkin that didn't really look orange, and then they had a bag of brown leaves that they were carrying around at every scene, scattering them out everywhere, and then it was green grass throughout the whole landscape, and then you see palm trees in the background. But I'm not like other people, it's not that big of a deal. It never really bothered me, but you can imagine how much better the aesthetics would look, if they actually filmed the 1978 movie in a fall atmosphere. In addition to that, Halloween 4, it expanded the landscape of Halloween just a little bit. We had more of an idea what the town was actually like. From Jamie Lloyd's school to Vincent drug discount store to the sheriff's office to the town's bar. I mean, that movie didn't feel small at all. However, I feel like that was an advantage for Halloween 1978, making it feel like a smaller movie. But at the same time, I would still give the edge to Halloween 4 with that. Because simply put, it made Halloween 4 seem like a blockbuster movie, if you get what I'm saying. Another point I want to mention about Halloween 4 is the supporting characters. They weren't over the top like the original Halloween. Characters like Annie and Linda, the dialogue was suspect, and their characters were over the top in my opinion. Everybody wants to get on Tina, but nobody wants to get on Annie or Linda. But anyway, that's another story and another video for another time. But in Halloween 4, all of the high school characters, their dialogue were written perfectly, and nothing was over the top. Even the betting scene in the Vincent drugstore between the guys, it wasn't nothing over the top. They weren't laughing or keying or whatever. It was directed perfectly and nothing was over the top. Now, speaking on characters and development, Halloween 4 definitely had the better actors and characters. Sheriff Meeker, he was a complete badass. Dr. Loomis, I mean, what can I say? He meant business, no nonsense, and we actually got to see a different side of Dr. Loomis. He was very serious, but also very wholesome and thankful when he got picked up by, I think it was Sayer, the dude that was singing, "We'll gather on the river, the beautiful, beautiful river." But yeah, Dr. Loomis, he was drinking liquor, smiling or whatever. And we never seen that side of Dr. Loomis before. And also, Rachel was a good character and better than Laurie Strode in my opinion. And then you had Jamie Lloyd, who made you feel sympathy for her throughout the whole entire movie. But even supporting actors like Brady and Kelly Meeker, I mean, they did a great job to have that side story to themselves. Now, what is the most important thing in horror and slasher movies? The kills. Now, without question, Halloween 4 had better kills. The ambulance kill, Kelly Meeker getting pinned up with the shotgun, Brady getting manhandled, and of course, we can't forget about Bucky. But for Halloween 1978, other than that Bob kill, the original legendary kill, I mean, everything else was generic, even in its time. However, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, does have its flaws. And I have grown to love these flaws, but I can completely understand why people would hate them. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The Michael Myers mask from Halloween 4. Now, I have grown to love the mask, and I own one, but I'm not going to lie. When I first seen Halloween 4, and I seen the Halloween 4 mask, I thought the movie was some type of spoof or some type of spinoff. I don't know what it was, but I was like, that's not my Michael Myers. And even this past Halloween, when I watched Halloween 4 with my wife and my oldest son, he's 6 years old, they both were like, what's wrong with Michael Myers' mask? And I bust out laughing because, you know, how did the production and the staff mess up that mask that bad that a 6-year-old knows something wasn't right about it? I just find that hilarious. But like I said, it's not a problem for me anymore, but I can definitely see how it can disrupt the movie. And as far as like Halloween 1978, it definitely takes the cake for the mask comparison. Also, George P. Wilbur, he was an awful portrayal of Michael Myers. Luckily, the overall story made, me overcome that when watching the movie. But honestly, we could have did so much better. If only Halloween 4 had Nick Castle and the original mask. I think that movie would have been a 10 out of 10 when it came out. But overall, as a Halloween movie in this Halloween franchise, I feel like Halloween 4, in my opinion, is the better Halloween movie than Halloween 1978. As of this recording, I say that because tomorrow I might be like, nah, John Carpenter's Halloween 1978 is untouchable. And like I said, it's my favorite movie of all time. Halloween 1978, that is. But Halloween 4 should always be in consideration when people are ranking these movies. Because I just feel like Halloween 4 and Halloween 1978, I mean, it's go back and forth. Like, I feel like it's worthy of a conversation. That's how I feel. But anyway, and speaking of conversations, let's start the conversation down below. How do you all feel about this discussion? Do you feel like Halloween 4 is the better overall Halloween movie? Or do you feel like nothing can touch Halloween's 1978 movie? Y'all let me know down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe, support the channel. Y'all be safe. Peace.